We're laughing at you because you said you would never do this in front of the one person who should be able to see you at your most vulnerable. That's what's absurd. Y'all.
So do you think it should start with the right-winger critique then? Yes, because it shows me that Dev is still a little bit scared, in my opinion, of the right wing, right? Dev is getting en masse canceled by the right wing right now, and he is pretty like trying to call them out, right? But I think that Dev can go further. Okay, I think Dev needs to be more ballsy. Okay, with the videos. All right, he has it inside of himself to be more ballsy. Okay, he needs to go that extra step. All right, but that's always been my critique of him. Anyway, let's go over people who are actually ballsy, okay? So, Abin Preach, Officer Tatum calls us out over Charlie Kirk. Like, for example, it's never a question. It's never a question that Ab and Preach are moderates, right? It's never a question that Ab and Preach are like moderate left-leaning people, right? And they call out the left plenty of times. However, I don't think they ever do this thing where it's like, oh, both sides are bad or whatever the fuck, right? Or it's like equally bad or something. I don't know, like this framing thing. If it's a video that is bashing the right wing, it's the entire video. If it's a video that is bashing the left wing, it's an entire video, right? Does that make sense? Like, it's not this kind of like, oh, don't go at me too hard kind of feeling, right?
Cry on the internet, but you won't cry in front of your loved ones, and you think that's not mentally.
But nobody ever calls Ab and Preach like a bunch of like right wing chuds. But nobody ever calls them a bunch of like progressive losers either, right? So they must be doing something right by like going full balls deep, right? I just wish that Surefire Taco could go this deep with their with his commentary, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't have to be that format.
Unwell. Officer Tatum decided to do a response video sponsored by Israel and AIPAC. And
you know, it's fair game to criticize people. It's fair game. We're internet people. I'm not going to sue nobody over fair criticisms.
For context, in case you aren't aware, we did a video in which we talked about Officer Tatum. There was a viral video going around of him from a podcast 2 years ago where he said,
I would never cry in front of my wife.
Someone asked, what happens if you'll kill?
No. Abba is not Tiny's best friend. What? I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure Tiny's best friend is like either Dan Saltman or it's Mr. Merchant, right? Sure, that's his BFF.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
I paid a child $10 for a 3D printed mini face hugger outside of my local Dollar General. They had shiny rocks too, but I said nah, F that, give me the FH.
What the fuck are you talking about? Thank you so much, Sword, for the 5. That's very schizo-coded based. He almost didn't go to his BFF's wedding, so I don't know, Omega Law. Well, yeah, that's a character flaw.
It dies. He says, I would try not to cry in front of her. If I go to my father's funeral, I ain't crying, all this stuff. Sure enough, he found out Charlie Kirk passed and turned on his live stream and decided to drop some tears for everybody. So people, splice those two together. And it was kind of funny to say you would never cry, but then you're on stream crying for the whole.
No. He specifically said, I wouldn't cry if my wife died. Okay. Officer Tatum said, I would not cry if my wife died. Okay. He cried for Charlie Kirk, which means that Charlie Kirk, this logically implies that Charlie Kirk is more intimate, romantic, and emotional with him than his wife. Okay. That is the only logical conclusion, okay? Good luck.
Whole world, right? He didn't like that. He was quite upset that we was laughing at that.
But to take a video from 2 years ago, to somehow leverage that to make fun of me for crying, tearing up, when Charlie Kirk was murdered is insane to me.
That you're missing the point. The point was not, we're not laughing at you because you're the person that you admired died. We laughed at you because of the irony of, okay, you wouldn't cry in front of someone close to you because someone else close to you would die. But someone that is remote, you're going to cry in front of the whole world. That's the thing that is laughable.
But for you to be so disgusting and you see your friend get murdered on television, I could imagine what that does to his kids. And to try to make fun of somebody for that is the lowest that you can.
No, it was, he wouldn't cry in front of his wife if his child died. Oh, that's wild. Okay, so Charlie Kirk is more important than his kid. Damn, that's crazy.
Go. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen. Black Friday is here. 30% off, up to 60% off.
What the hell did I just notice? What happened? What happened? What kind of jump cut was that?
It's not a jump cut.
It is.
It's not a jump cut. I can play the original video. Watch how he goes from like, how dare you? By the way, why don't you buy these shirts so you can move in style?
But for you to be so disgusting, and you know, I was at his wedding. I know his wife. I could imagine what that does to his kids. And to try to make fun of somebody for that is the lowest that you can go. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen. Black Friday is here. 30% off, up to 60% off on the entire store. And that means every single product. This section here is for 60% off.
Now,
do you see this? This is what we need more of, okay? Men being physically intimate with one another, okay? All right? Without making it romantic or sexual, okay? Because where I'm concerned, they both date women.
Entire store, and that means every single product. This section here is for 60% off.
Now, did I edit that shit? Is that me? Bro, what do you want me to do? It wasn't me.
This is triggering for him, and I get that. So
that's why he was so triggered. He had to do a merch sale. When I'm triggered, that's what I do too. I'm mourning that my nigga buy my sweatpants so you could stay warm in these cold times.
Don't forget to buy these shirts. Don't forget to buy these shirts. We got the merch. Buy these shirts.
Let me make sure I know exact. 2 years ago about men crying.
They're taking a clip from something I said 2 years ago.
Okay, and why is he saying 2 years ago, right? He's, why would you use something from 2 years ago? All right, he's trying to hint that there's something wrong with doing that.
They're taking a clip from something I said 2 years ago, and which is not 2 years ago. I believe the same thing today, but
so who cares? So who cares if it was 2 years ago, 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago? If you still believe the same thing, that means that video is still relevant today. So it doesn't matter. We did it 2 years ago. It doesn't matter.
But why would you use a clip from me from 3 years ago saying I'm an atheist?
Your argument?
I'm still an atheist, but why would you use a clip from 3 years ago saying I'm an atheist? I don't believe in God. I'm never going to believe in God. Why use a clip from 3 years?
Myron, calm down.
Okay. Myron.
But we have to appreciate...
Myron.
Like the fake outrage. 2 years ago. Why would you use a clip from 2 years ago? I still think that today.
Good one.
Then shut the fuck up. Like, why are you acting like you ain't used older clips to make a point against somebody politically? And if you still, and I'm the retard. Because I remember when we did the other video.
My boyfriend holds my hand, and that's not gay, right, Foods? No, that's not gay. The part where he is your boyfriend is probably gay, though.
I said, to be fair to him, this video was from 2 years ago. Maybe he changed his opinion. And his dumb ass, no, I didn't change my opinion. I still think this, but how could you use it?
Weak men are viewed as unattractive.
One of the craziest things that has happened to me is that after I transitioned, one of the craziest things is that like female friends would want to hold hands with me. Okay, platonically, by the way. Okay. They would want to hold hands. They would want to like link arms and shit like that while going through the mall. Okay, like it would just slow us down or some shit like that. But then they wanted to do it anyway, and the reason why they wanted to do it is because it's a girl thing, right? But then it's like from my perspective, I'm like, why didn't I have this shit when I was a guy? Where the fuck was this when I was a guy? Where the fuck was this made?
You can make the.
I think that was like a Kazakhstani Korean girl. Now she's back in Kazakhstan. Sad.
Argument that crying can be viewed as a weakness.
Listen to what he said. That crying could be. That's what he said. That crying could be a weakness.
Yeah. What? So
you
said you never ever. You went outcast on us. Ever.
Just watch how cowardly he's gonna be. He just doesn't want to own what he's doing.
You said you had men cry in front of you. That's why you're not with him.
Sometimes I look up videos of like army dads coming.
So you heard that? He said to the woman, oh, you saw a man cry in front of you, that's not why you're not with them, implying
Just
that, you know.
drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
I legit thought the trans thing was a meme. JS, you pass $100.
What, dude? You can clock me pretty easily, okay? Thank you so much, Soul, for the $5. I legit thought the trans thing was a meme. Just saying you passed 100. Yeah. Well, meme. Thanks.
Something is wrong with men crying, and that's why a woman wouldn't want to be with them. Keep watching.
Because women judge men very harshly on that. I would never cry in front of my wife.
You see him say could there? And he would say he would never, and he says women judge men for that.
But I admired the guy that said the reasons why he wouldn't cry, because he needs to be strong for his father. And every man, in my personal opinion, would want to have that perspective.
Man, that hairline is looking a bit rough, though. Whose hairline?
I will try not to cry in front of anybody.
You're the best passing trans person I've seen online, besides me, Tap Taj. Probably trans voice lessons. What about Diana?
There's compulsion for me to cry at times, and I will not do it in front of
That's
people.
a
I saw my
password.
father cry one time, and it was at his father's funeral.
So you think if
That's
a
it.
man shows his emotion makes him a less man?
No, I just think men shouldn't do it. I know when emotions happen to me,
Abba's?
and I refrain from exposing that emotion in front of people.
He has a full head of hair. Like, Abba has a full head of hair. Look at him. Bro is shining.
You say you had men cry in front of you. That's why you're not with them.
Sometimes I look up videos of like army dads.
We need to just be straight. It is mentally ill
Man, no.
to believe it's normal to not cry in front of your wife, but it's normal to cry on the internet.
Sure he
That's
does.
weird.
Yeah, shiny.
Now, I could be generous and say I agree with the sentiment that during a time of crisis, you know, you guys are in the heat of battle, you guys are dealing with something that's an emergency, that you're going to put aside your emotions to deal with what's in front of you. That's a super normal statement.
That's not
But
what
like, the problem with a lot of these characters, like Tatum, is that they live in absolutism because they're like doing this like alpha male, very strong man, like super traditional fucking cosplay. And it's just not real. It's not in real life. Guess what, guys? Soldiers on deployment, they cry. They might not cry when bullets are flying overhead, but when they get back to the barracks and they deal with the day's stress, maybe not that moment, but the day after or the week after, some of them break down and cry. And if you think the other soldiers are going to look at
Baby.
them like, you a bitch, you're crazy. I've seen soldiers, police
Baby.
officers deal with situations that are completely crazy.
Baby alert.
And you see them run off to the corner because something is traumatic and they cry. And if you think that other men are like, we can't do our job because one officer over there is tearing, that's not real. And that's why people are laughing at you. It's because you're trying to uphold this image of men that's not real.
Abba would make a great blue Power Ranger. Are you calling him white?
Men are human. We deal with stressful
Yeah, bro.
situations the way that you were dealing with Charlie Kirk. And sometimes we break down. And we can't
what?
control it the way you're pretending you can. We're
Hold on.
laughing because there's hubris in thinking you're going to control grief. You're going to control all your emotions whenever you want. That's how you was talking. We're laughing at you because you said you would never do this in front of the one person who should be able to see you at your most vulnerable. That's what's absurd. Y'all cry on the internet.
Like, conservative black people are so stupid, bro. Like, they've been trying to explain this concept to Officer Tatum for how many days now? Bro, it's been like days at this point. Like, it's just not, they're not getting the point.
But you won't cry in front of your loved ones, and you think that's not mentally unwell.
My
I don't
God.
even care.
It
And personally, I know Preach is not like this. Preach says, I don't want to see you cry online, whatever. He doesn't like that shit. I personally don't care. I just think this stand.
What? What? Preach? What? I didn't know Preach was like that. Preach doesn't like it when grown men cry online?
Of like, I won't cry in front of the people who've known me my whole life, but I'll cry for strangers. My wife will be destabilized because she sees me. Do you not understand
bro.
that women are not retarded creatures? That women can also be tough during
What? They're not retarded. That's impossible.
stressful times? That women can sometimes be your rock when you're
Yeah, so black culture has a conservative background to it. Yeah, and that black culture sucks. Sorry, conservative black culture sucks. I meant, oops.
going through something. It's not just one-way street.
Listen, bud, what I understand from this is this. You lied. Or you thought you was that one and you're not. Kid would die, you would cry. And I think that's okay. If your dad would die, he would cry. And if not, but you cry for you're weird, extremely weird. And right now, you even see this and you don't comprehend that because I understand the triggers, whatever.
Oh, you're being generous. You're being generous.
I'm always a generous one.
Yeah, you're being very generous.
Yes, very.
This is how you frame it.
The reason why he's doing that is he's triggered because there was laughter, there was his friend. But no, you would cry. If you cried for that, you would cry for your family.
This is how you dodge accountability. You frame it against the argument that you know you think you can win against, which is like moral outrage. Oh, they laughed at me. Listen, if we were laughing at people because they were mourning the death of Charlie Kirk, I would have made videos about Megyn Kelly. I would have made videos about all the other content creators. We didn't. So to pretend like people just...
Why did he cut his hair? Bro, probably because it was getting too long for his liking or some shit. He likes to have a cooler head. You know what they say? Cooler heads prevail? Yeah, bitch.
I want to laugh at you because you cried. That's you just being a victim. You enjoy that because it's the one road you can win down. You didn't mention any of the things that we said, which is fine. You just went, oh, can you believe that they laughed at the death of and Massa is so good to me, and they cried, they laughed. You want to buy my shirt? $5.99. Man, it's Charlie Kirk. That's what he did. He did a performance.
Why are you grabbing him like that, bro? Okay, now you're just aggressive. Now it's not even like affectionate. It's just aggressive. It's just he just be going places.
Gripping people emotionally, right? And it's funny to me because I grew up in this internet age where I heard how fucking emotional libtards are and everything like that. But you realize like these motherfuckers, they all love to do this victim shit whenever they get criticized.
What if your kid died?
That's a different thing. I mean, I would try.
That's their bit. Yeah.
Not to cry in front of my wife.
Yes.
If my kid.
I have never, and my wife have never seen me cry.
I've
never cried in front of my wife.
Detective.
You think that the whole internet saw you, dude? The person that is the most
Bro, do he even have a wife?
close to you is not gonna see it, but you can expose yourself like an up and coming model to everybody else.
My guy, you're just not conservative enough. You're not conservative enough because conservative women don't have internet. What's this guy talking about?
I heard a guy say this, is that when my father passes away, which everybody's parent is going to pass away, I'm not going to cry at his funeral.
So as you listen to it, I said I saw a clip of a guy say that I'm not going to cry at my dad. I didn't say I wasn't going to cry at my dad's funeral. I said the guy that I admired had said this. I didn't say I wouldn't cry at my dad's funeral. I just said I'm not going to do it in front of my wife. I go cry on my own. I didn't say I wouldn't cry at my dad's funeral. I just said I'm not going to do it in front of my wife.
Is your wife not going to be at your dad's funeral?
No. You know why?
So he's trying to walk back the statement, right? He's doing this cowardly thing where he's trying to run away from what he said. He's like, no, I never said I wouldn't cry at my dad's funeral. Okay, well, what if your wife's there? What, are you going to run and hide in a corner to cry at your dad's funeral? I don't know, bro. Y'all try to make sense of this for me. I don't really understand it, but let's keep watching.
But when stuff hit the road, I need to be strong for my wife. That's all I said. But you don't get your lick back.
Bro, your wife probably would be happier if you had some degree of emotional regulation. Like, what the fuck? Crying is really good when you need to clear your headspace. Yeah? Because it's a massive release of emotion. Wait, don't people try to like appeal to their instincts? Like, don't people argue for appealing to their instincts all the fucking time? Whatever happened with that shit, dude? Damn. This is really awkward. 4 million.
4 million people saw
For me,
pause.
You suffer. I think you suffer in silence. That's what I think.
Hey man, this is a loud.
What is with the ASMR, bro? Can somebody please explain why he had the ASMR like setting like turned way up? Can somebody please explain that part to me? Why he has the fucking gain on his mic like turned way up? Bro. Gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
The silence I ever heard in my life.
No, man,
it was
it's not
snotty. It was. Listen, I need to call the Merriam Dictionary because I don't think that shit's included in silence.
I'm a cry my own. 4 million people see you.
I was in the military.
But your wife, God forbid your wife sees you.
Yeah.
But 4 million randoms? What are we even discussing right now?
All right, let's finish this clip. I'll move on from Officer Talman. I thought it was meme music at first. I didn't realize.
Time out. Think about this.
Think about that. Coconuts in
Picking coconuts in Barbados.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Walter. He might be a potato, but he definitely gave us some great quotes.
Now, I have cried multiple times because of Charlie's death. The only reason I could have turned the feed off, been like, I'm gonna turn the feed off. The only reason
Well, why would you turn the feed off? The entire point of you posting that was so then you can earn money off of like Charlie Kirk's death, right? Like, damn, dude.
didn't is because I wanted people to understand the raw emotion of what happened with Charlie and that they weren't alone in that particular situation. That for what people were feeling when Charlie died, they weren't alone.
Hello?
If you guys aren't aware, so Charlie Kirk was in the hospital after getting shot. People didn't even know if he passed away yet, but he was in critical condition. This man jumped on a live stream to talk about it. Everyone's different. Personally, if my good friend Preach gets shot, I ain't gonna run to you niggas to talk about it. I don't know. I'm not selling t-shirts right after. Everyone's different though. Grieve however you want.
I am. Hey, all right? You get on it and you buy the shirt.
If I'm about to pass away and you on stream already getting them AdSense dollars, yeah, I'm gonna come for you as a ghost. Now he's saying he finds the news out and he starts crying and now he's like, yeah, the reason why I allowed myself to.
But what if that's like what they want from you? What if the best way you can show your friendship, okay, to show your rightful bond as human beings is to show how much you miss them by getting the money that you deserve, okay?
Cry on streams because like I knew people were sad and I knew like right when they.
If I ever become famous, you have permission to milk my passing for as much shekels as you can. Okay, I got you.
All found out like.
I mean, like I was gonna do that anyway, so it's like you didn't even need to ask. But yeah, you know.
I find out they needed to see me tear up. Don't make it this convoluted thing. Don't try to treat yourself like a hero. You were human. You found out some bad news. You cried. Now you're trying to rewrite history and be like, I knew that everyone needed to see me cry on camera. Guys,
you are not alone.
And let's say I agree with you. Let's say I agree with you that people needed to be seen, right? That's what you're saying right here?
Because I wanted people to understand the raw emotion of what happened with Charlie and that they weren't alone in that.
If you lose your dad or your kid, you don't think your wife wants to know that too? So you want to give that emotion to strangers. You want to make sure that they know that they're not alone, that they're suffering, you understand it.
Thank you.
But your wife who's lost the same child you just lost, you won't cry in front of her. Make that make sense, guys. He wants to comfort strangers, but he don't think he should.
But he doesn't want to find comfort in his wife.
In that particular situation. That for what people were feeling when Charlie died, they weren't alone. And so that I just told him, I didn't tell him to cut the feed. But to try to make a joke out of this and to try to act like it's crazy, man. Because one day, one of these guys are gonna lose somebody that they care about, and people are gonna make fun of them. And to me, it's really nothing to make fun of because I don't really give a. If I want to do it, I can do it if I want to. And if I said that and I do something different later because I changed my mind, that's on me.
But you didn't change your mind. You said you still believe what you believed 2 years ago. So why?
Well, the problem is that, like, bro, you just listen, okay? It's okay, okay? You value Charlie Kirk more than your kid or your wife, okay? I understand, okay? I understand that you value Charlie Kirk more than your kid and your baby mama.
How you bring that up?
Damn.
They're taking a clip from something I said 2 years ago, and which is not 2 years ago. I believe the same thing today, but my wife has never.
You know, you guys, I'll tell y'all, these people will just rewrite narratives. They'll rewrite reality. They don't care, and they'll just start rolling with the lie and try to have you argue with their lies. What he said is just made up. Nobody laughing at you because you're mourning something. You'll have to do that because you.
You know what it makes me think of?
Go.
It makes me think of when you watch Pop the Balloon, and then they pop the balloon, and they keep on going, and when it comes to them, they say some shit that, oh, well, I popped because, and it's something that
had nothing to do with it.
No, they said after they popped. I'm like, no. No. Why did you initially pop?
Because you didn't learn that you didn't have a job.
Yeah, you didn't learn about
after
that
you popped.
until after. What's the initial? Now that it come to you, you want to run it back. Oh no, yeah, it's because of
they're
that
shaking hands.
that I did that. Not because
they're so silly, dude.
No. Because initially you just saw the person and you felt it was shallow, so you changed your intentions.
That's it.
But that's a bit the same thing.
So anybody says, "Oh, Abin preached," y'all were laughing at him, man. Don't let them lie like that. They just making that shit up. But they need to do that to paint you a certain way.
Seen me cry before. Now, a person can say, oh, she watched your live stream and saw you. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I have never cried in front of my wife. And I'm not saying that people won't. It's just saying, what is the compartmentalization of being strong in times of crisis? When Charlie died, that was a small, 15-second experience. But we prayed during the show. I wiped my tears away during the show. I kept broadcasting. And I think,
good boy.
It's nothing, it's nothing wrong with what happened, but yeah, I mean, to me, it's disrespectful to Charlie and his legacy that y'all think is.
Now, can't a picker cry for his master? Can't a picker cry for his master? Yeah, the master be imprisoning him quite some time. Okay? But can't he cry for his master?
It's funny if somebody were to tear up because Charlie died.
All right, so
I'm gonna go give Abin Page $4,000 right now. No, give it to me. Give it to me.
here's
What
the
the
second
fuck?
one.
They don't need that money.
Now he's trying to make it about like, oh, these guys are trying to
I
disrespect
think you can do
Charlie
that, please.
by pointing out my hypocrisy.
I'm 1% black. Okay.
Right? So you see how they try to frame it in the way that they can win? Because, God forbid, these guys, they were making fun of the dead. That's what he's trying to do now.
Yeah, 100%.
It hit different, bro, when Charlie died.
Why Charlie Kirk is my white daddy.
Oh, okay, that's disrespectful. Yeah, that was unnecessary. Let me play back.
Why Charlie Kirk is my white daddy. Why you gotta be your white daddy? Kirk my daddy. Kirk my daddy.
You cowards that just want content to be made. I would never understand y'all.
Wilder, you need to chill
You
out.
guys take something that happened 2
Okay,
months
stop.
ago.
No Fed posting.
Referring to a video 2 years before that to make content. Y'all suckers, man. And I no longer support I've been preach. It's fair game
We
to
took
criticize.
something from 2 years ago that you still think today about a situation that happened not long ago. That's what we did.
Yeah, it is what it is. I never liked Officer Talman. I know he's getting his checks from Israel and AIPAC, to sell out his own country. So, good for him. But, yeah, dude has always struck me as a bit of a dummy. And this is just.
Well, you just proved it right there.
He didn't understand anything we said in the
you
video.
didn't understand. No, the point, and him. He didn't get it.
And I don't support them anymore. Nigga, have you ever bought a ticket or anything? What does this do?
But you could buy a shirt. You could buy this T-shirt right here. You could buy this T-shirt right here. You could buy this one. As a matter of fact, we'll send it to you.
You know what? This must be what like a woman feels like when a dude comes up to them and they're like, "I don't want to be with you," and she probably sitting there like,
"I'm not interested."
Who are you? Imagine getting rejected by somebody you didn't even know existed. That's what it feels like. But yeah, I just never.
True.
I never liked this guy, so hearing all this is more good news.
No. Based video. Okay. All right. Awesome. Preach looks like he sells insurance. What the fuck, bro? What? Bro, I ain't seeing anything like that. Food Shops Live, January 2026. Everyone attend. No, what? No, there isn't. What? I'm live like every day. What are you talking about? What? This priest looks like he sells insurance. Good name. Dude, what is going on in Gen Chat? Why are people so weird? Why are people so weird in Gen Chat? What the fuck, bro? What's going on? Oh yeah, keep in mind, you can always donate later tomorrow. Okay, if you're still looking to donate. Okay. Please follow the channel. Please follow me on Kick. All the social media platforms. Join my Discord server, discord.gg/foodshops. You can join there right now. Okay. Become one of us. Okay. We are the one who is the one. Okay. Ugh. I hate broccoli and beef. Food plush. Ooh. Who is this Ico Bliss person that they have up on DGG? Because I need to start I need to start rating in like on Kick, right? Like I need to start rating on Kick. But like I don't know anybody on Kick. Like I just straight up, and you can't search up genres like anywhere. XQC girlfriend? Oh, okay, I see. Wait, really? That's XQC's girlfriend? Oh shit. Okay, hold on. We gotta rate hers because I want clout. Okay, we're rating into non-thon on YouTube and on Kick because we have 173 viewers. Okay, we're gonna be nice. Isn't that a Queement order? No, Ico Bliss is not. Ico is, but not Ico Bliss. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay. All right. Join me on the Discord, discord.gg/foodshops, and have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. All right. Food Shops signing out. Good day.